Here's the thing I don't quite get right this particular minute. You don't support Clinton, and neither do I. You don't support Trump, and neither do I. Therefore, we don't have a legitimate political difference. We both supported Sanders. Sanders turned around and supported Clinton.
Why?
Wait, let me finish. In other words, Sanders said to people like you and me, fuck you.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he worked to get his concessions into her
He
platform.
did not have to endorse her.
All
right, no, wait.
I think he did if he wanted to have a $15 minimum wage and a guarantee of free college tuition for state universities to get some of his planks included.
I got off topic there. What I was trying to say, since you and I support neither one of these top-of-the-ticket candidates, there is no philosophical difference in how we look at these two candidates where it concerns their politics. All of this started with half of my fucking audience going absolute batshit crazy. You should see my emails. This started when I said, A, I don't support Clinton. B, I don't support Clinton. C, I don't support Clinton. But fucking D, to continue to see the bark being stripped off her for no reason and to watch it for a quarter of a century, I said, I'm sick of it. I am sick of it because other candidates are not treated that way and never have been. Not Bush, not Clinton, not Gore, not anybody. That's what I said. And I said repeatedly, I'm not going to vote for her. I don't support her. I don't recommend other people to vote or support her. So where the fuck did all this come from? I'll tell you where it came from. I'll tell you exactly where it came from. And this is what I brought up the other night. There has been a 25-year-long hatred of Hillary Clinton because she's that mom that said, I'm not going to stay home and bake brownies. Cookies, whatever she said.
I make cookies.
I'm not going to do that. I am going to be right in there with Bill. She said this in 91. I'm going to be making policy. Okay. So since people used to say, who elected you? Okay. Nobody elected her. So this bitch hatefulness against Hillary has clouded every single bit of reporting on her for a quarter of a century. That's what I said.
Okay.
I don't retract a word of it. I still believe it, and I wish the fuck they'd get off her back. Does that mean I want her to see her president? No, I don't. Who do I want to see president? Yeah, at this point, nobody, because there is nobody.
Jill Stein.
Oh, yeah, she's going to win.
No.
And so are the libertarians. They're going to win too, right?
I got to vote my conscience.
Well, vote your conscience. Vote your conscience. Nobody's ever asked you not to.
No, I know. No. But the argument is, and here's how I see the way the divide.
No, there's no argument. There's a fact. When everybody votes not Clinton, Trump will be president. That's all I've said. And I've said it for 6 months. And then it started to bother me that was true. You and I talked about this today. And yeah, we talked this loud. I talked this loud. This is what I said.
This is not Mike yelling at me, by the way, folks.
Yeah, this is what I said today when we were having a cup of coffee. Here's what I said. If the liberals in this country, who have been so disappointed over and over and over again, would learn from their disappointment and follow this tactic, because there's no choice. If you want to maintain a viable country, you put Clinton in office. Leave Trump to go back to doing whatever the hell he was doing before he got this burr up his ass. You make sure that Clinton is a one-term president. How do you do that? You find a Bernie Sanders 4 years before the next election, not one. And then you push the progressive, liberal, democratic, socialist ideas as hard as you can. And the organization's already out there. Bernie Sanders' organization is just sitting there waiting for somebody to bring that about. Now, with a Trump presidency, that will not happen. Because that kind of shit does not happen in an authoritarian government or a dictatorship. And I ask people over and over, if you know of an instance when it did happen, please let me know.
So the way I see how it boils down to between you and me is you can hold your nose and vote for Hillary because you see this bigger picture where the Sanders crew mounts an actual legitimate, viable third-party candidate in 4 years. And I am pretty firmly ensconced in the never Hillary camp for my own set of reasons. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, are you going to hold your nose and vote for Hillary?
I don't know yet. But did you ever hear the expression cutting off your nose to spite your face?
Yes.
Are you aware of how often liberals, leftists, Democrats, whatever you want to call us, have taken careful aim and shot ourselves right in the fucking head over and over again? You know why? A, because we can't get organized. We're not like the right-wingers. We can't get organized. Will Rogers said, I'm not a member of an organized political party. I'm a Democrat. So liberals, Democrats, whatever, we can't get our shit together. We simply can't. And we haven't learned that when we can't get our shit together and defeat, especially someone like Trump, we are setting ourselves up for the worst possible situation. This is what happened with Bush. I'm not saying Bush won the election because he didn't. But because so many people said, oh, you know, I'm not voting for Al Gore. I don't like his attitude. I'm going to go cast votes for Ralph Nader. Okay. And how many people are dead because of that?
I don't think you can blame the Nader voters for the Bush-Cheney crime family. I really don't think that's fair. I think if you're exercising your constitutional rights to your franchise, just like I would exercise my right to go into a Planned Parenthood clinic, that's nobody's business but my own.
But isn't exercising your franchise, your right to vote, doesn't that require a little bit more than just this? Well, I'm going to vote for him. Why? Well, I like him.
No, I think I do have reasons that are a little beyond that.
Well, no,
I don't think it's just
I'm talking about
general vague dislike of someone.
I'm not talking about you.
Oh.
I'm not talking about you. How many people took the time to take a look at what Al Gore was about? And again, I'm not surprised. I don't give a shit about Al Gore. What I'm saying is we have a very recent, 16 years ago, historical example of what happens when the liberals, the Democrats, the left-wingers, the progressive Democrats, the centrist Democrats, the conservative Democrats, that whole mash on the left says, no, I'm not going to organize behind a candidate. I'm going to vote my conscience. Mm-hmm. Okay? What do we get? We got Bush. We don't live in a system right now. Listen to me, please.
I am listening to you.
We don't live in a system where you can afford to vote your conscience. The system does not respond to conscience votes. The system responds to power and only power. That's all. Now, if you want to change the paradigm, if you want to change the dynamic, if you want to bring in structured voting, where the votes go first, second, and third place, if you want to do that, let's fucking have at it. But as long as we have two major political parties and 3 or 4 ragtag parties over here who promise all kinds of shit and can't even get 1% of the vote, we are in a system that doesn't work. So why, whatever.
Yeah, both parties are corrupt. I have no disagreement with that at all.
No, it's not both parties are corrupt, Kathy. The system is corrupt.
Right.
It's a systemic problem.
Exactly.
They're not corrupt Republicans or corrupt Democrats. The system is corrupt. Therefore, everybody who touches it becomes corrupt. And if you think voting your conscience is going to make a difference. You're misleading yourself.
Well, then in a corrupt system, it doesn't matter who you vote for.
Correct.
Do you want this corporate asshole or that corporate asshole? Do you want the self-made billionaire asshole or the Wall Street financed millionaire asshole?
You know what? My grandmother used to say, I'd rather deal with the devil I know than the devil I don't know.
And see, I can't do that.
And okay, then go ahead and vote for whoever you want to vote for. But I've never told you who to vote for. That's up to you. I don't even know who you vote for. But if you want to bring this shit to an end, then what you have to do, Kathy, by you, I don't mean you individually. I mean the entire country. We have to change the system.
From within, as Leonard Cohen would say. I don't disagree with you. And I think that's a great plan. We have 2 months until this election, and I can't vote for Hillary.
Who do you think it would be easier, under which candidate do you think it would be easier to change the system, Clinton or Trump? And they're not the same.
Honest to God, I believe that President Trump will herald the absolute, utter destruction of the Republican Party.
I used to think that too.
I really do.
I used to think that too.
I still think that.
Well, I changed my way of thinking when it started to occur to me after doing some reading and getting the shoot from the hip bullshit out of my head, that bringing about a bloody revolution in this country, who's going to be in the front line? Are you? Are you going to take the first bullets? Are you going to exist within a police state? Are you going to be the one that leads the charge up Capitol Hill? This is bullshit, talking about bloody revolution in this day and age.
I've never talked about bloody revolution.
Then what kind of a revolution are you talking about?
I'm talking about, a civil revolution. Like a civil rights movement.
What is a civil revolution?
Like the one Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
And how did that work out? How are black folk doing in this country?
Not great, but
what happened to Dr. King?
Well, I would be assassinated for that worthy cause if I were that leader and I had the truth of my convictions behind me. And I would be secure that I lived the most moral life I could. See, here's the problem. I'm an Immanuel Kantist. I'm a deontological philosopher, and you're a utilitarian. That's why we probably shouldn't have gotten married.
Did you see some of the emails I got? Calling me everything but a human being and praising you because you stand up to that violent man, Mike Malloy.
You're a bully.
A bully?
You're a bully.
The bully, Mike Malloy. Are you fucking kidding me, you people who listen to this program? You don't listen. If you think I'm a bully, if you think Kathy would have been with me for 20 years and she has been with me there's never been a time that we've been together, except when I was unemployed, that it wasn't in radio and this bullshit. Do you think that this woman would have stuck around if I was a bully once? Let me tell you the answer to that. No. She would have been gone. Wouldn't you have?
Yes.
Okay. So when people send me these sick fucking emails, people who otherwise are people who have contributed money to the show, who have supported the show, but because I make a statement that hooks their hatred of Clinton, all of a sudden I'm a bully. That is called fascism. When you make a statement, when you say, look, I don't like the way this candidate's being treated. I don't like the way she's been treated for 25 years. Oh, well then, fuck you. I mean, what is that? It's like, you talk about being able to say or believe what we want to say or believe. I'm no different from anybody else. Just because I do a shitty-ass podcast, that doesn't mean anything.
I'm sorry, I was trying to do a split screen, but it's not working.
Oh, screw it. I don't care. Let's, I want to move on. I can't do any more yelling.